You are welcome to the Bottom Line Liberia.
Good evening. This is the Bottom Line Liberia. Tonight we're going to be here with some interesting discussions. We really don't know what the situation is, but we hope we're going to have some interesting discussions here. Let's see if we can do some adjustments. While we come back, we're going to take a quick break, a musical break, and do some adjustments, technical adjustments, and then we'll come back and we'll get things going. But those of you watching us via Channel TV in Liberia, we want to say welcome. Just stay right there. We're only taking a quick break, and then we'll be doing some small technical adjustments. And like I said, we'll be back with very real information for you tonight. Stay tuned. And while we are doing the music, please share the show.
My people, where you at? Where you at? Wake up from your slumber, stop sleeping. Whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your. Come on, come on, come on. I know you're sleeping now. You gotta wake up some more, yeah? Okay, let's go. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. So much. I said they lie. The people fool us, the people lie to us, the government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not go. I said we tired with their lies, we tired with their promises that led us to all our damages. We tired with their speech they preach indeed, and now unique they deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrate us. So why did you lie? Why did you steal? Why did you allow the citizens to beat? You see, we just tell you that's why we voted you. But you fool us, you screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie. The people fool us, the people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not corrupt. No one to trust. My people don't want to hope on. Nobody. My hope that I have been broken. I'm telling you, brother. So where are the schools? Where are the roads? Where are the jobs that they say they could afford? But they're too selfish. The people tired with their rhetoric. People tired, they tired. You see the reason why we ask why the government betray. They have enough of time, but yeah, then stay they delay. People suffer. No work for people crying for hunger. Look at. Your vision and your mission, your intention to the nation, they poor. You got nothing to show. Nothing. So, why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. They lie. The people fool us, the people lie to us, the government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not corrupt. We tired with their promises that led us to all our damages. We tired with that speech they preach indeed, and now unique they deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrate us. So why can't you lie? Why can't you steal? Why can't you allow the citizens to be? You see, we just tell you that why we voted you. But you fool us. You screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie.
To say welcome to the Bottom Line Liberia. Today is the 12th day of March 2024, not 23, 2024. And my name is Linford Goa here in Norway, and my colleagues will be joining me on this show. Our only sister on the show. We believe in, we at Bottom Line believe in gender balance, and so we've always tried to have some females on this show to spice it up. And so let us say welcome to our sister Lucretia Nelson from the UK, and also Paul the Lord Chilupe is joining us. So let me say welcome to you guys, and especially those of you from Liberia joining us via Chala TV. We want to say big thank you, because look, we sit here and talk, but you are in Liberia and you feel. So whatever we talk about, it affects you in Liberia. You are the ones feeling it, and we hearing it. Though we feel it somehow for you too, but we hear it and talk about it, but you feel it. So it's good when you join us so that we all discuss the issues together. You can follow us on Facebook, and you can share the show. You can also follow us on YouTube. And best you can do is to leave your comments in the comment box. If you have questions, you can leave them there. We'll answer them. We'll try to answer them. So like the show. And we started that tonight. We have some technical issues with our original Facebook page. That's the Bottom Line Liberia discussion. We're having some technical issues which will be sorted out very soon. And then, but I'm sharing the show on my own page. That's Afro Viking. You can follow me on that link, Afro Viking, and also you can follow us on Chala TV. So, Paul, let me say welcome to you and to our sister, Madam Lucretia Nelson. How you guys doing?
Very good. Thank you.
Good evening, Linford. Good evening to our only sister on the platform here, and good evening to our listeners around the world. I'm doing good, and I'm happy to be back for another fascinating discussion tonight, and I'm looking forward to the discussion. So how you're in?
Well, my end is good. Everything is all right. At least we having a sign, or we looking at it, the visible signs of the spring. It should be spring already, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. The part of the country I live is in a real winter center, the epicenter of the winter. So we still having some snow coming down, which is sporadic, But the ones that came down, that in some places stabbed into my chest. So that one will be here until April, the end of April. Okay. So, but at least when we see the sun shining again, that's good sign, and we hope that it can blow very heavily. We can have a lot of wind and the sunshine, then the snow will go away faster, because when it's melting, and then when the sun is shining and it's melting, and the wind blows harder, then I guess it goes faster. That's what we're looking up to, and then we're going to be preparing for flood everywhere. But everything is okay.
Imagine somebody who come from Pettit Land and come from Gio Land is talking about snow. What kind of imagine that? So you need to go back home, man.
You're not imagining it. Yeah, you now imagine a contrast, the big gap between that.
But boy, you know what? Lincoln
Where we come from very hot land, and then all of a sudden you find
But Lincoln is talking about the snow. It just reminds
Eh?
me about our days in Russia.
Yeah,
That's all I'm just looking at, reflecting our days in Russia, those days when the snow used to be so bad in Russia. We're blessed. In London, we really don't get snow often, but the snow is up in the
Oh
north.
yeah. Oh, so you were one of the Black Russians. Black
Talking about
Russian.
snow, I'm just reflecting on my days in Russia, those days when it used to be freezing cold with snow, as
Okay.
the snow trying to get more
I know.
falling. Yeah, we had a tough time there, but it
yeah.
was good. It was good.
Could
But
you
lucky
imagine?
London, no snow,
Imagine?
so please.
Could you imagine? Oh, dark skinned person like me in the white Russian when it's
I
snow, the
know.
snow.
I know that.
And
And
this
those
is
days, the snow in Russia
when
was
we
not
have
fun.
the most beautiful weather
Mhm.
on the west coast of Africa. Liberia have the longest coast, and here you there talking about snow melting, and we wouldn't have rain over there, and during the rain here it's hot, it's so
But guess what?
humid and so beautiful. This is
Yeah,
look,
man.
y'all gotta go home and help your country. Because the thing we're looking at, Liberia need all of
No,
these things.
but guess what, Paul? Yeah, but guess what, Paul? My first job I ever got here was, because I was in something we call introduction program, right, where you got to learn the language and other things, and then they will tell you you can find a job. I mean, they will find a job for you. If you're lucky, you can work in the supermarket because they actually want to. You're not going to be getting paid. The government is paying you, but you just go to that job so that you learn the language.
Yeah.
Because the more you interact with people, you get to learn the language. And then I was very lucky. So I had this Liberian papi that was with me, and the papi that all carpenter in Liberia, very experienced one. So this building construction company guys were looking for somebody, and then so they sent a papi, and then since I needed practice at the same time, then they sent a papi myself to go work with the people. I even know how to hold hammer. Imagine, I used to match my own finger in a cool when I come home. And guess what? You go in, we're not building normal houses, we're building winter cabins in the mountain where the snow will start
Wow.
almost to our waist. You stay in a snow for complete 3-4 hours. You can't feel your feet anymore. Your finger, you can't feel nothing. So I look at that thing for long. I say, no. Then somebody invited me and say, if you want to move from there, just tell them, say, go for a holiday, don't come back. If you go for 1 month, stay there for 2-3 months, don't come back. When you come back, they will say, well, we'll now replace you. I said, okay, very good.
Right. So having
And
said
then I
that,
went to America,
recognize
I
some of
didn't come
our
back for 3 months when I came back.
recognize some
Yeah.
of our
So, but
viewers, and
let's work on Emmanuel. Yeah, Emmanuel Avoga. I think Emmanuel is new here. Emmanuel Avoga is a new person that we've seen today. Emmanuel, so I want to say welcome to you. Melvin T. Diapo. Melvin, welcome to, and please help to share the show to your contacts. All you need to do is click on our Facebook page on the like and also on YouTube, and then you can be notified whenever we come on, so that you can be a part of this show. And since you're watching via Chala TV, we can also share the show to your fellow contacts so that we all can discuss the issue together. So, Paul, lead us through what's going to be on the plate tonight.
Oh, I think it's what on our minds and how things are going in Liberia. I was excited a few weeks ago, but I think my excitement have been the expectation I had is now being dished or dashed in the gutter, and some I feel a little bit down and disappointed. And so what on my mind, it will be looking at what on your mind, and what on Sis Lou's mind will be looking at, and what also on our viewers' mind. At some point, we'll display the telephone number for them to call in. So this is what we'll be talking about. Since you asked me, you want me to get the ball rolling?
Yeah, sure. And I don't know whether, but let me see if I can pose a question to the viewers. I'm not hearing every word that Paul is saying. Paul is breaking in.
You're
He's
joking.
Right.
What's going on?
to me. So, but I'm
Yeah, I think he keep
also
breaking up.
watching the screen that everything Paul
Right.
is saying appears on the screen. Yeah,
Right.
but
So
amazingly, why what Paul is saying appears on the screen, but we can't hear the audio.
I'm gonna get out and
You
come
see,
back
now
in.
he gets stuck. So I don't know if the audience is hearing him well.
Ask the audience to
But Paul, do you hear me well?
I
ask the
hear you.
audience if they can hear us.
Hello, Paul. Are you hearing me well?
Yeah, I can hear you. So I will get out and come back in if I. So I'll be in the background.
Yeah, but you
Okay.
might miss all the videos again.
So I'll be in the background. You flow.
Yeah, just go in the back. Okay. So folks, like we said, tonight we'll be discussing some issues here, and one of the issues we'll be discussing will be the war crimes code, the announcement that the president, not announcement, but the president's State of the Nation address, when he took over, he mentioned that the war crimes code will be a priority for him. And beside that statement, we follow developments, surrounding the war crimes code, right? We saw a video that paraded on the blue apps about the president and Alan White having a discussion concerning the very thing we're talking about, the War and Economic Crimes Code for Liberia. And also, besides that video, the president himself did make that pronouncement in his State of the Nation. Joe Liberia does not have State of the Nation address. Normally, it's annual address, but we've coined it to be the SONA, the State of the Nation address. But we consider it as that. So everybody, well, I mean, not everybody, though, the people who feel that the war crimes code is directed at them were not satisfied. But we can say 97, 98% of the Liberian people want the war crimes code. And so everybody was kind of like excited about it. But since then, things, a lot of developments are coming in, and things don't seem to be what people expected it to be, especially when it comes to the War and Economic Crimes Court. Okay, we hear Prince Johnson talking about, he's been targeted, and so he's mustering the former generals. I don't know how many of them he got controls over and stuff like that. But we'll be looking at some interview concerning that with the president's press secretary, Madam Kula Nyai Fofana, and also we'll be looking at some other videos as soon as our technical mentor gets back. But since Lucretia, let me just ask you this question before we go to the video. When you first heard about this war crimes code for Liberia, what ran to your mind? What did you think? How were you feeling?
I think I was excited, and at some points I knew Liberians would have played dirty games to suppress our people of what they want, as always, especially our senators and things, for them to play with the Liberian people emotions, especially for those that have lost their loved ones. And this is not something that people could be joking with or playing with our people emotions, because up to today's date, lots of families have never settled. They're very uncomfortable. They are not happy. And all people been praying for what it is for some justice to be served for the loss of Liberians that was killed during our war, our senseless war. And every political leader, when they come into power, they will say, oh, the war economic crime code, I will ensure that it's be brought for our people to get justice. But it's like It's just something that people just use the word to joke about it. And this is not funny. This is very sad. And when I will be questioning where is our religion leaders, because such thing like this, our religion leaders, they need to stand up and put the government feet to the fire. Even the other groups, the women groups and things, where are they? Because this is the time for them to stand up with all the human rights group in the country. I'm not sure whether people even see anything. And because with President Boyka, no one forced him to come out to make that announcement. And for me, I will see it being very disrespectful to himself. He will be letting the Liberians down. He will be letting himself down. And the Western world would not have any, they will not really respect him for being a man of his words. Because at the end of the day, in the Western world, it's your word that make you to be, for people to have respect and integrity for you. You cannot say something and you go back to try to do something. I think he will make himself look very stupid and the country, because he cannot, especially of all countries, you announce it to the world, then you come back, you want backtrack. I think it's completely nonsense and it will be a disgrace. But I would say to him, he needs to think before he try anything, because at the end of the day, if he withdraw this or he start to give cold feet, the developing nations will not even have his time. They will lose respect for him, because at the end of the day, it's your word make the white man to respect you. Because you cannot say something and go back on it. What you say to a white man, they believe you. Every word come out of your mouth when you're speaking to these people. They take you for your word. They trust you until you can break that trust. And once you break the trust for him, Liberia should brace herself for another hardship, because I'm quite sure America will not stand for the nonsense. So that's my take.
Well, Linford, can you hear me?
Paul, I guess you are back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
We'll do it as it is. You just talk the one that we hear, because
Yeah, firstly, I would like to
see a
say,
problem with Sislou as well. I don't know whether it's the internet system.
so if people can't hear me, I'll say sorry. It might be the internet connection from my end. So, but having said that,
Yeah, it's the internet system, actually.
Yeah. So it is what it is. Technology can let people down at times, but it's good to be back. How what Lucretia said, if you guys are hearing me,
I can hear you.
Right. I want my hope was high, but now as things going in Liberia, my hope now, I think my Jack Daniel on board to see this World Economic Chronicle. It looked like I won't drink my Jack Daniel ever, because the people are giving you on Thursday, the Senate will discuss this and they will have a vote on it. And from reliable sources in Liberia, the Senate not going to pass this. So people like Darren DeLong, Yomni Kanga Lawrence, and others that were there to stand for the people, Paul Charles, my own friend, all of them seem to have the cold feet on this issue now. And the president is dragging, because from what we're hearing, it's not looking too good. So Kula Fofana was on OKF and his question was asked. But the way she answered the question, it just tells you that something not right. Some smoke in the house, something not right. And I don't think this will happen. And the question was posed, but then why did you build up the Liberian people hope if you are not prepared? So I think let our listener, for those who didn't listen to our interview, yet and listen to that little clip. And then we take it from there.
Is the president honest about this? Is he supporting this effort to establish this code? What do you know? What can you tell us clearly from the president's office?
First of all, the president has never been dishonest in anything. So just to clear that part, whether or not the president is honest. So whatever the president says, this is something that he feels very passionate about. And on the aspect of war and economic crime court, President Boakai have never changed. From his beginning, if you followed him throughout the campaign, even his statement in the in the inaugural address. So let me tell you the difference between the inaugural address and the State of the Nation. The State of the Nation was the actual state of the nation. It's called annual message, but within the annual message, you actually tell the Liberian people the state of the nation at that moment. So it was the time for a period of 1 year. So he was giving a report to the country on where we are as a country, what the legislative agenda was for the period, and that was the moment that specifically as the new president at the time that he have come, and these are his ideas, these are his plans, and specifically to hit the ground running. Those were the things that he said within the annual message. On the issue of his views, like I said, President Boakai,
but that could not stop him from talking about the war crimes court, especially on the area of peace and security or justice and security.
So that's why I'm coming. If he spoke about it, he might not say war crime court, because if you see war crime community, but it's in the context of accountability, as he's mentioned. Like I've said consistently, President Boakai's idea on accountability is there, have never changed. He does not intend to change. In fact, I will tell you this, that he had a meeting with the global justice team that were in the country recently, the delegation at this office, and he was very clear. In fact, specifically, he's giving the Minister of Justice, along with the legal advisor, the authority, he asked them to do a feasibility on what it takes, learning from the experiences within the region, to report back to him, to tell him, but because at the end of the day, you have to see the feasibility, know the resource cost, what does it take, what it means, just to give him an advice on those things. But like I said, on the big bucket of accountability, of course, President Boakai is very clear. That's why you see even the issue of the assets recovery is part of the bigger idea of accounting for what you've met, accounting for what you've done. And, and he's not changed. He said this. So I don't want, and the other thing that I want to make clear here is that when people talk about war and economic crimes court in the context of Liberia, people normally think that it's targeting one person. Oh, we're doing a war crime court just to make sure that Clarence go to jail and blah, 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 blah. No, but the idea is not for one person. It's not based on because you want to put Clarence in jail, so war and economic crime court will just be for Clarence. No, it's about the accountability process and the holisticness of this nature. That is why the Minister of Justice is in charge, as well as the legal advisor, to do feasibility, to understand the nature, to understand the parameter and advise the president appropriately. Also with the issue of finances, general feasibility, and he specifically instructed his ministers.
Meaning the president's further action on the establishment of the war crime court is dependent on the advice from the Minister of Justice.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because in fact, in anything when you do, you can't just, you as a president, even though you are the president, but that's why you have team of advisors. That's why you have ministers in a different sector. That's why before he even say XYZ, he called in his advisors. What are the issues in this sector? What are the key priorities? What is the feasibility? How can we ensure that we achieve this? And by that, that's
so why if they said to the president, is not flexible now for us to establish the code, especially at the time the president has created a general pressure in the country that he would do it?
Well, again, like I've mentioned, whatever, let's not try to preempt what the ministers, they will not just come, and the security advisors as well as the legal advisor will not just come and say, oh, chief, this is not doable. But they will be able to brief him and be clear on what the issues are, and they will not just, this is not doable, but they will advise. And as the president, he will decide which one is the priority and whether or not, and the timeline and everything, what's going to be done. And that is...
Bishop, you listen to Kula giving her explanation. The whole thing here is we got a video here we're going to share it with the public. Allen Ware met the president. He invited Allen Ware. He wanted
did.
this. So how come something that he wanted so badly and being experienced, the leadership that coming in were more experienced than George Weah? I mean, they have done their due diligence. They have found out all the legal ramification of all of this before going to the public say we establish War Crown Court in Liberia. So how come now they coming up with different story that he now have to consult the justice minister and other people? They are all experienced people. So if you build all the people hope, why now drop people hope? Obama, Jack Daniel hoping to see Prince Johnson in court soon, and now it seems to me that's not going to happen. You see, I just don't get it. So why build all the hope of Liberians, and you know you're not going to deliver this? And tomorrow, on Thursday, the Senate will not pass this. And when the Senate don't pass it, will give him a room not to even send the letter that Allen Ware talked about on SKTV when they interview him. Said they just want that letter, just a simple letter. And this is just, it's not going to happen. It looks like Prince Johnson going to get away, and all of perpetrators in the country going to get away with this. Because what happened here, not only the war crime, the economic thieves in our country, bulk of them are in the Senate. So they don't want this. So it's not going to happen. They just build up people hope off for nothing. And I'm really angry with this.
But the point is, they make itself to look very dishonest to the international community, because you can't come up. First thing, if he knew he wanted to have consultation with his legal team, he should have done that before even inviting Allen White to Liberia, because Allen White said it on Seku show that Mr. Boyka and President Boyka sent for him. And that interview, he did confirm that that was a genuine interview. He came into the country, he met Mr. Boyka, because if you listen to the man, he asked President Boyka, say, you sent to call me, what do you want? And I just think that these people are playing with the Liberian people's lives, and I will blame the Liberian people. Because, and my disappointment, especially with Yomi Kanga Lawrence, Dillon, Bocha, all of them, man. Because before people thought they stood for something, and we thought they meant well for the Liberian people, well, their behavior of keeping silence, not speaking out, not advocating for our Liberian people to do what is right for the country, is just a shame, because you cannot be a senator and you're being compromised, because the people put you there for a reason. You are there to advocate for our people, to do the right thing for the Liberian people. But instead of that, they all about their own selves. And I hope the next election, Liberia should kick every single one of them out, because it comes down again to our people. Because when telling Liberians they don't listen and they continue to get the same old people who doesn't have the country at heart. Because take for example, developing world, the people who go to work all day, they're not sleeping, they're doing what is best for their citizens. For Liberian lawmakers, they just they're thinking what is best for them and their family. Such a crucial law, you play with the people's lives like this, until justice can be served to Liberia. To our people, the dead ones, our country will never settle. The blood on that land is too much, and these people cannot just kill innocent people and think they can get away. We deserve justice for our dead ones, and we need to request it. The Liberians, this is what I'm saying. The church leaders, the bishops, all of them been compromised. Yeah, they've all been compromised. This is the time now. The Liberian women now, the women group, they need to take to the street and demand that justice be served. Because this is complete nonsense, and this cannot happen. Yeah? You can't keep playing with the people's lives and think the country. Yeah, they put you there to do a job, and they are not there doing the job. They wonder about their own self, their greed. What kind of rubbish is this?
So, Linford, I guess you listened to this interview. My hope was hard. I had my, you know, they got the music when we was small. We used to go to Sunday school and say, higher, higher. I mean, lift Jesus higher. My hope went all high. Now, from what I've heard from Kuda Fofana, man, my Jack Daniel, just looking at it, it's not going to happen again.
But you
From
can
what
just
I'm
see that
seeing,
she's stammering.
this
She's trying to
is
cover
wrong.
up. Yeah.
You
And
can't build a
yeah, she's
whole
not
But
saying it.
I don't know if I can.
Nigerian people. She's
yeah, chime in, Linford. Chime in.
I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can chime in here. But
Yeah, flow.
you know, if no job is hard in this government, the job of being the press secretary to the president is the hardest job for now that I see. And as a journalist, as somebody who comes from that background, I know what it is to defend the ugly. When you are defending the ugly, it's very difficult. Even if you were to write an editorial to defend the ugly, you will try hard to find words, and the words will begin to disappear from you. If you are doing a live broadcast or a live interview, and they post a question that you know is embarrassing, you try to dodge it, you try to work your way around it, but in your own mind, and Kuda Fofana comes from a media background too. In her own mind, she knows that the answer that our journalist wants is not what she's giving, but she'll go beat around it and come back. And sometimes too in the media, we will understand that you know exactly what we want, and you are not giving it, but we have two choices: to either push it to it, to get it out of you, or to just let you slide. For some reason, probably because we don't want to expose you. But let me just say that Kuda Fofana's job is very difficult because she's the one who will be the whipping girl. She's the one who will bear all the load. She's the one who will do the ugly job, the lie. Let me just put it that way, point blank. The president has committed himself, or the country, the whole government, to the establishment of the War and Economic Crimes Court that all Liberians have been yearning for. 99% of Liberians have been yearning for this. And then the international community that spent all the money in Liberia to bring peace want the War and Economic Crimes Court. And so for this president to do anything to the contrary would just be like what Sis Lou said, losing the trust of the international community. And mind you, that Liberia is a country that heavily relies on handouts from the international community. So any little mistake we make, any little thing we do, will affect the entire government. Now, but let alone Liberia, of course, Liberia is an independent country, we agree. But how independent can one be if I'm eating at Paul's house every day, I'm showering at Paul's house every day, I sleep at Paul's house every day, then I say, yeah, I'm man. How much of a man can I be when Paul doesn't cook, I can't eat? When Paul leaves the house and goes out and lock the door, I'll be outside. When Paul can't open the door, I can't go inside. Then I still think I'm a man. So, for those of them that say, oh, Liberia is an independent country, the international community cannot tell us. And the moment little thing happen, whole international community, you can't see my mother. International community can't bury my mother. See, so look, and all this thing is a trick by the government, but this trick will not work. Because Prince Johnson, and remember that the president said he would dance with the devil just to win. Now he has won, but this devil that he danced with, in order to win, the devil is now demanding anything the devil does for you. He will demand something in return. So he promised and committed himself, or the entire country, or the government, to establish the War and Economic Crimes Code, and the international community has endorsed that, has welcomed it. Then Prince Johnson is like you got a Pugu man sitting there that you want to do something, and the Pugu man do it all the day. You look at the you scared. The Pugu man popping So Prince Johnson has started threatening, and then the old man is jammed. The president is jammed. should I establish it? Even though I'm not targeting Prince Johnson, he may not be targeting Prince Johnson, but by establishing the war crime school, Prince Johnson will feel that he's been thrown under the bus. Prince Johnson will feel that he's been what can I say, betrayed. Prince Johnson will feel that he's being paid evil for good, you know. So the Home to say, well, he's embarrassed. But again, here we are, Paul, and I just feel sorry for my sister Kula Fofana, because she will have to do all the lying, and sometimes the lies don't hold water. No, if you watch Arnold Schwarzenegger movie they call True Lies, sometimes there are true lies. There are some lies that you lie that will be somewhat true, but some lies, man, you try. Nobody how you polish it, it will say that word.
Right.
So you know,
right.
So we hope to see what's going to happen in the next coming days.
Right. So this same interview, there's something also happened in that interview, and I like the way the journalist went after her. If you can hear me, I've been talking about access declaration. She was asked about access, the president access that he declared. When will it be public? And I want our viewer to listen to this one here, because you cannot come in with this change message that you come in with transparency, accountability, and all of these things, rule of law. The rule of law, that's where the War and Economic Crime Code fall in. For economic reason, we know people who have stolen from Liberia, buckle them in the house. They're not going to pass the past UP government who stole a lot of money from. So maybe because of what they did in the past, they don't want to establish the whole thing and they won't beat around it. Now, transparency, accountability, access declaration were asked. Listen, and I want you and Lucretia view on this one. Listen to what she had to say about this one here.
To just do that. I mean, apparently it's because
you will declare it and it takes some time before you publish it.
No, the thing is, it's not. I mean, this is something that he's very open. I think maybe with the other issues that come in appointment, and I mean, in fact, the meetings that the president normally has is like he has to say, "Oh, my people, your way. Let me deal with these documents or these work on my decks and clear that." I think it's just a matter of
But Kula, when you declare your asset, it means you got your asset already. You can declare your asset and publish it right on the spot.
In fact, that one not true, but that one not non-issue.
No, it's an issue. It is an issue because if the president, if the president declares his asset, and we're celebrating, and for example, if the president were to move a step forward and publish it, it puts everybody under the bus. Everybody's going to be on an obligation to do that. But you declare your asset, so you got to be having fast and prayer before you publish the asset.
Don't put it that way. Don't.
When is he going to publish the asset?
Don't put it that way. Trust me, it's just a matter of authorization. Once he authorizes the publication, it's all right. This is a president who, I mean, those are things that, I mean, he would do.
Because we want to know what he got, so when he's leaving, we'll be checking.
You won't be the whatever many. I said I get nothing. You remember?
Yeah, because
that was sad.
Lucretia, the president declared his asset is sealed. It's sealed, and a double seal. Nobody can open it. Nobody know what in it. But they came on this thing with transparency and accountability. What's going on?
Wow.
What's going on? God's speaking to me.
I think you can clearly see Kula is struggling to defend this, because as the head of president for the country, you came to say to rescue the Liberian people. For everything he doing, he needs to lead by example, set the scene. Because it's like you cannot go and say your assets sealed that nobody know what's happening. Have you published it? That means he has not declared it. It's like me now going to do an assessment. I have not come back to tap my assessment, put in the client's record for everybody to see it, to say, oh yes, Lucretia went out, she did the assessment, she tapped it, she sent it to her manager to approve it. So I just came now and said, oh, no, prove that did it. So as far as I'm concerned, he hasn't declared a access until he can publish it to lead, to set the example as Mr. Clean Hands, as Mr. Rescue, the president will rescue the country. Then the Liberian people will know, because sometimes these UP partisans or the government think that everyone are stupid or uneducated, like the way they will fool some Liberians, but you can't fool everybody. And I just think it being so disrespectful to the nation. Yeah, as a president, you cannot do that. He needs to do better. And he needs to publish his assets right now for everybody to see it, because it's just complete nonsense and it has not been done. Until it can be published, then it is done. But as far as I'm concerned, he has to publish it. So let them fool all our Liberian people. Take, for example, that man, all a bunk and the woman that we, I guess she's suffering, she even got food to eat. I say, I get the papa baby or what she said, I can't frisk it. So, oh my God, tell her son JMB to publish the assets. We need it to be published. Because Kula too, I feel for her. She's such a young girl, but she has to be very careful with her career too. Because you cannot see wrong and you want to keep polishing it, because you can even tell from her body language, from her expression, that she knows what she's saying is not the right thing, but she's trying to cover up for her boss. But I just think that that's not the right thing for her to do. And women need to ensure that he published the assets. Once he published the assets, then we'll know that he's done it. And you look at the example, Musa Bedete, follow Musa Bedete footstep. You, the president, you haven't set that example for everybody to follow you. So they got to start from the head. Let him set the example. Let him set the scene for everyone to follow him.
So, Linford, let me come to you. You've been around as a journalist. This is some, this is a very clever one here. My uncle, Lieutenant Kojak, ran. If I said I got something for Lieutenant Kojak, I got new picture of him. He ran over Lieutenant Kojak here. My uncle, Lieutenant Kojak, look at him. Lieutenant Kojak. Lieutenant Kojak said he was coming in because he been in government for over 45 years. He never took pencil from any government ministry. That means a man with clean hands, accountability, transparency. And we accuse George Weah government for being inexperienced, did all the bad things. He declared his asset. Nobody saw what George Weah had. So today, people say George Weah paid 47 or 27 condominium. Nobody can go after him because nobody know what George Weah brought onto the table until he left office.
Yeah.
The man with clean hand, transparency, accountability come to office. He declared his asset, but no one can see it. And Kula Fofana now is struggling to defend this asset declaration. Talk to me, Linford.
The asset declaration thing is a lot of things surrounding that, because it's the same thing like the TRC was established in Liberia after the war. The major players in the war went to the TRC to give their experience. What happened to them? Who did it to them? Why they did it? When it happened? And how? Everything. Then when they talk about war crimes code, they're scared to go there. You already went to the initial appearances and said everything I know about yourself, about other people. But then they say you can't, the same thing you explained before, you can't go to the other side or go explain it. Then you say no. So you are lying in the first instance. So it's the same thing with the asset declaration. Mr. President, you jump out, you say people should do draw tests. And when you did a draw test, you allow your result to be announced that you were negative. Why, when you did a draw test, why you didn't keep your result? But you announced it. That means the intent of doing the draw test was for the public to know whether you were positive, you are your first president or not. and you are calling on all our government officials to do same so that we will know whether they are positive or not. So you declare your asset, and the intent of the asset declaration is for us to know what you, Mr. President, is coming with to the presidency and what you're going to be leaving with. So what is the big thing there that you can't publish this thing? You already declare it. So again, it's like Prince Johnson, go to TRC, you talk for more than 4 or 5 hours, then they say, walk around, come in, so you can go say the same thing, then you scared. So then, so what's the difference? Why did you declare asset if you do want the people to know? And then why did you do drug test and turn around? The scene they did a drug test, the whole country knew that you were negative. So, this president is hiding something. And let me tell you one thing. This president cannot escape. And you know why I'm saying that? This president might even indict himself if in the future, even if he establishes under his regime, they establish a war crimes code or economic. Let me forget about the war crime because I don't have a record of him fighting war. But economic crimes code, if it's established along with the war crimes code, and this president continues this kind of behavior, he might be creating suspicion that could indict him. My friend, you told a nation, Mr. President, before you became president, you told a nation after working in government for 45 years and serving as first president for the last part of your 45 years, 12 years. So let's say you were 30, let me get it straight. You are 32 years in government, 33 years in government for different positions, and then you serve as the second man in command for 12 years. So that's 45 right there. Great. I hope I got my math correct. So, or whatever it is, I'm not a mathematician. Whatever it is, at one point you serve 23 years or 33 years, one of them. Then the other point you serve 12 years, making it 45. So you got vast experience and you work all that time. You're not working for free, you're taking pay. You told a nation that you are broke, that you're living on loan. And not only that you told a nation that you are broke and you're living on loan, there were also other things that happened in the public glare that people were contributing money to you when your mother died, when your mother-in-law died. The president gave you money to help you, whether you asking for it or not, but he gave you money and you accepted it. The president also, the former president, also pay your hospital bill. Everybody knows. So how much more do you want the Nigerian people to research to know whether you're rich or not? And it came from your mother, you were poor, you were broke, you were living alone. Some reports say you're even selling water, cold water in plastic at your house. So, and that's what we the broke people are supposed to do. We that are not working government before, we the hustlers, so to speak, the honest hustlers. Then you became president, and the second declare your asset. It was very easy. Go carry your bank statement. Say, no, listen, I own so thing because I've been living on loan. Yeah, the balance of the loan, the one I pay, the record, the one I pay, the record. Okay, I get one house, I get this, I get that. You declare it and then show it to the people. Oh, simple. So tomorrow when you're leaving, nobody will say, oh, look at it. Will know for 6 years you've been working, you're taking pay. So that tomorrow, why are you taking pay? Tomorrow when you build one house, we'll say, oh, the president's too. So they will know. By the time you declare your asset, you polish it, we all got copy. When you're leaving, we'll match what you got at that time with what you own now. It's simple subtraction, addition and subtraction. You have one car. When he became president, now you get 3 cars. How much are you making? You are making so amount. So subtract the price of the car from, simple as that. So why is this president hiding? Like I said before, if this president continues to hide anything and he thinks that he can establish war and economic crimes code, or he do what they call the ART, the Assets Recovery Team or whatever the guy, and that thing is working, he himself might be indicted to the point where they might recover some his retrieve some assets from him. because you can't hide anything. Make it public. Let people know. Oh, this is not Zobush. This is Liberia. Thank you, Paul.
Yeah, this is not Zobush, this is Liberia. And I think he need to declare his access. It's necessary. You cannot run a campaign, I'm the most clean person, coming with accountability, transparency, and all that. And then time to declare access now, it become a taboo. But having said that, I have another video. The reason why I think Liberia, they made a mistake. They vote the wrong guy in, and I would say they will. And you see, when you it's like some of us that play football back in the days. Before your team go for a match, the coach will sit with you, say, we're going to use this formation today. This is the tactic we use to defeat the other team. So in the political arena, people come with their party manifesto that based on this, we use it to win. I remember years back in the UK here, when Tony Blair came to power, he said, your 3 things that I'm going to run on. Education, education, education. Apart from education, don't hold me on anything. 2017, President Boyka ran his campaign on rules. You remember? He said, think Liberia, love Liberia, and build Liberia. Then 2017, he inconsistent. He changed his tune to something they call arrest. Now, the arrest, there is no website to find the details on arrest, how they try to do this arrest that they ran with. Then, in the middle of arrest, we came with the thing, war crime code. It was not part of arrest. Another thing came in the picture, access recovery. So, we offer a big failure because why? They are inconsistent with what they came to power for. If you're consistent with your message that since 2017, it are rules, you stick with rules. I mean, you put the detail out there, how the rules will be built, how you do this. But inconsistency does not win you anything. So let me link that with football. We're going for a tournament. We prepare, so we're going for the tournament, but we're not carrying any set of tactics that we're going to defeat the other people. They will definitely defeat us. So I can see that there is no vision here. It's just about getting into power and do the same thing they did before 2017 were kicked off. Now, I'm going to share something with our audience here. This thing about Benin, the guy who, you see, sometimes a good to like young people that have vision for a country, and their vision will show clear when it comes in from day one. They will be on the field, they will do everything, they will be digging grass, they put things together to have their vision work. So I want y'all to, this is just about 8-minute clips about what is happening just next door in Africa, not far from us. So listen today, and I want you and Lucretia input.
Of prosperity. The cotton fields, stretching as far as the eye can see, are not just a source of income, but a catalyst for groundbreaking development projects that promise to change the face of the country. At the helm of this transformative journey is President Patrice Talon. Though a civilian, his decisive actions were nothing short of an army lieutenant. Immediately he became president, Patrice moved quickly to dismantle all democratic architecture of corruption in the country, making sure many found wanting were arrested and sent to prison while others fled the country. We have done the reforms that are needed to put the country to work seriously. Justice works much better than in the past. I would even say very well the police, security, and what we have also done, which is remarkable, we have greatly relaxed the rules around labor legislation. As Africa's largest producer, cotton has been a major cash crop for Benin, contributing significantly to the country's export revenue and providing employment opportunities for a large portion of the population. The cotton sector has traditionally been a key driver of economic activity, supporting the livelihoods of many farmers and fostering economic development. Upon assuming office, Talon faced a formidable adversary's corruption deeply rooted within the democratic institutions. Rather than succumbing to the status quo, he orchestrated a meticulous plan to dismantle the intricate web of corruption that entangled the nation. His first move was to establish a specialized anti-corruption task force comprising seasoned investigators and legal experts with a mandate to unravel the complex networks of graft. Talon's administration implemented sweeping reforms in key sectors prone to corruption. The judiciary underwent a thorough overhaul, ensuring the appointment of judges based on merit rather than political connections. The police force and other law enforcement agencies received specialized training to enhance their ability to combat corruption within their ranks. One of the most groundbreaking initiatives was the introduction of a comprehensive e-governance platform. This digital transformation streamlined bureaucratic processes, reducing the opportunities for corruption. Government transactions became transparent, creating an unprecedented level of accountability. As the corrupt were brought to justice, regardless of their political stature, a wave of change swept through the nation. The business community, once entangled in corrupt practices, found itself operating within a fair and level playing field. Foreign investors, inspired by the newfound integrity of the Beninese government, began to pour resources into the country, stimulating economic growth and job creation. With corruption out of the way, Stallion doubled down on his developmental projects, constructing and beautifying roads and walkways across the country. But that was just the beginning. From Atlantic coastline development to the establishment of special economic zones, renewable energy projects, healthcare infrastructure expansion, education infrastructure projects, tourism infrastructure, and urban development and housing projects. In the center of Benin, a disruptive transformation is taking place. Benin, fueled by a commitment to improve the lives of his citizens, launched a visionary mega-social housing project that would reshape the landscape of communities across the nation. The initiative, aptly referred to as Habitat Nouveau, New Habitat, aimed to address the pressing housing needs of the growing population. It is a comprehensive plan that goes beyond constructing houses. It aims to build vibrant, sustainable communities where families could thrive.
Je peux rassurer la population béninoise que
This is the construction site of the century. A city that is built here, and I can reassure the population of Beninese that housing with socio-economic benefits will be delivered in the first half of the year 2024. We will be able to make available a large lot of at least 5,000 housing units. You have already seen the neighborhood. The level of construction of roads, various networks, and landscaping.
Linford and Low. That little clip that we just played, this president came to power with clear-cut vision of how he wanted to take Benin. United Party have come to power. They stay appointing people, the people that came to rescue Liberia. They stay appointing people. There is no clear-cut vision. And we're expecting Liberia to be changed. Look, for what you just saw in that video, I want you to come in, you and Lucretia, and give me your take on what you're seeing. Look at the vision of that young man. Clear corruption. International investor coming in. Look at the housing unit, the building. In the arrest manifesto, there's nothing about building houses. We keep hearing, oh, they needed to create 10,000 for IT skills, Liberian. They forgot about the arrest. So talk to me, guys. I think we made a big mistake.
You can clearly see this leader, he meant well for his country. And his vision for Benin is above any other leader to say that this is where I want my country to be. His vision for the country, he's got a clear vision of where he wants to take Benin from A to B or B to C. And one thing in this, something he did not employ people. He got away, got all the corrupt people put on one side, and he was focusing not on partisan, but on the merits of the person that can do the job, which is a good start. Because everything is based on because of partisan, the country will never move forward. And this is what we're seeing now with Joseph Boyka government. They criticize WIA and they came back, they're doing the same thing, even worse than what happened in the previous government. So how will our country even move forward? You bring in someone who is slightly competent for the job, but you bring them and employ them all because of the person who's got connection with your party. or if you're going to employ people based on the merit of the person's skills, the experience, I think our country will move forward. But we need someone with that vision and someone who does not have that corrupt mindset. Because if the leader himself is corrupt, want to ensure that every lucrative organization or establishment he's got, family members and things, the country will never move forward. Because you got to have a very clear mind to say, you know what, I am not after to come and corrupt our people. I'm there for the betterment of the citizen and to do what is best for our country. I'm very impressed. Look at Benin. Look at Benin now. So Ms. Omeboyka came with the high spirit, rescue man, rescue uncle, rescue cousin, rescue Rambo, all the rescue people. But look at the up to now, the government have not yet even finished doing the appointment because they all like hairless scatter, doesn't even know what they're doing. So is this the kind of government you'll say that Liberia will move forward? I think Liberia going to move another 5 years backward again. Yeah. So Liberians put us in the mess we told them, but they didn't listen. Liberians were warned, and what they planted, let them enjoy their seeds or their fruit to eat. But
right.
It's not good for the country.
Therefore, you all the creature, what they planted, they have to reap their fruit to eat.
Oh, yeah.
What your take on this, on Benin? The speed at which Benin is going, while our rescue team in Liberia is still looking for people to appoint.
You know,
wow.
I wouldn't practically, base my discussions on Benin alone. We look at other countries around the world that have come out from nowhere. The very Norway that I live in today. If you study the history of Norway, and the Norwegians, so now when they piss me off, I can ask this question. The history of this country says that the whole country was covered by ice, and that's why when the ice was melting, after the ice age, the ice was melting. It took along all the land, and so everywhere is mountain. It's zigzag mountain, and you see between every mountain is small sonical field, the water. And if Norway was selling two things in the world, we will rule the entire world: rocks and water. We will rule the entire world everywhere. I'm not talking about the ocean. I'm talking about clean snow water, the way the snow here and coming melt water everywhere, even to the highest top of the mountain. You go there, you see lake. Between the two mountains, you see river. So now, and they said this country was covered by ice. So when the snow melted, that's why we got a lot of snow. I mean, we got a lot of craters, and mountains and whatever. And this country, nothing can grow here. Practically nothing. Everything we eat here, we import it. In the potato set can grow everywhere. Strawberry, certain part, not everywhere. Some kind of bitter apple they can sell to make juice. I mean, they can plant to make juice. Not everywhere, somewhere on the West Coast. But here is a country that was poor in Europe, and this country became slave for Sweden for several years. Yeah, Denmark and took it and use it. They use the people. They got tired with them. Got no resources. They are using it for to do that work. Then Sweden took them again for the second time and dashed them. Then they got some kind of thing they call independent. Then they started living, suffering. Luckily for them, what they did, they discovered oil in the mid-60s. And some of the big countries in the world, America of number one, Texaco, all the big gas stations, gas company scheme, they wanted to run the gas for them. What the people said, Norwegian people said, no, what we can let you do is build our rigs, all the rigs, RRTS, rigs, build it for us, teach us the technology, and work with us. When we know it satisfactorily, then we can take away ourselves. They didn't say you'll come and run the whole thing and you'll pay us some money. They didn't sell it. So I'm making it long so that I can put into context for the Liberian people to understand, and for even we on the show here and people who are listening to us to understand where our problem is. And Norway went through it gradually. Today, Norway when the global crisis took over newly around, that was 2008, 19, Norway was number one richest country in the entire world. America all collapsed. Norway was still standing. I remember I used to sell 100 Norwegian crown to my people. It would be big money. 100 Norwegian crown, which is supposed to be $10. It used to be like $15, $20. US dollar. Now it's on par or maybe less. Can you imagine? And what do these people have? Nothing. Only the oil. They told the people no. In Norway, they got big money for the future, not for now. We're not talking about what we see now. For the future, they're keeping it. This is the only country on earth that we're not growing any food yet. Banana, nothing growing yet. But we can eat and waste the amount of food they can waste in the various hotels can feed Liberia for complete 10 years. One day food can feed Liberia for complete 10 years. And that is actually I work in a hotel. So I know what I'm telling you. I see people carry kauta. They call it kauta and cook it under the water they want. Then all the flesh go throw away. The whole kauta. Yeah? Liberia, somebody hand over one piece of kauta to eat today. Now, so to come back to the thing, Norway is the only country that got the seeds and roots of any edible plant, anything that human being can eat to live. They keep it in the mountain because they believe that in the future there will be farming, the whole world will be looking for food, then they will not supply people. This is a country that came from nowhere. It's all about good leadership. It's all about people with good vision, like the man who saw from Benin. Okay, we'll go to a country called Singapore. I just forgot their famous leader's name. I've been to Singapore. If you somebody who can chew chicken, don't play around Singapore because you'll go to jail. If you're somebody who left to spit in the street, don't play around Singapore, you'll go to jail. Right to the airport, they fast you. Don't eat your chicken and throw it on the street. Do not spit. All the thing there. Because of vision, the people, they play in their life. Then again, let's go to Rwanda and for war, just the time we're doing. The war were ethnic cleansing. They want to get rid of one group of people. But these people, after that war, what they did, they put the whole war out there behind there, the hatred behind there, and they said, we got to move around. We got to move ahead. And even though some people are accusing Paul Kagame of being dictator, that he doesn't want to turn power over, but the people might change. So everything we're talking about has to do with a few things that are very cardinal to change. Number one, honesty. Number two, vision. Number three, people with like minds. People who think similarly. The Rwandans, the Tutsis and the Hutus, they say we kill each other, but let's pull it behind where we go. Liberia, say 40 years, 30 years, 40 years before war. We still thinking about even bringing the last batch of the people who brought the war to justice. All of them die now. So when the rest of them die, know who the war economic crisis for cash. You see it? So our mindset is one of the problems we have. So when we talk about development, you look at a country like.
Put this in context, Linfo. This guy came in as the president.
We don't have vision.
Right. We don't have vision. So we continue to lie to the people.
Our leaders do not have vision. Our leaders do not have vision. Number one, they are corrupt. Number two, we the citizens, we do not care for ourselves. Unity Party was there for 12 years. They carry on corruption. You discover oil, the same oil thing I'm talking about Norway. You discover oil that the facility that some countries looking for in the world to live. You're funny. Then you turn around and so the same black oil in the same year. Don't even wait for 1 year. When you're funding oil, you're so oil. And where the money went, the money did not benefit the whole country. It benefited a few people in their pocket. So the people who bought oil black, they come back to Liberia and start to drill. Who will be working for them? Your children then. They will be the slave working for your own thing. Where you have it's just like you get your own rest kitchen standing. Then somebody they take a whole rest from it. Then you beating it for and begging for some. Can you imagine? The kind of master will get no vision. Okay. Then the next thing, Paul, we hate each other, and we even hate ourselves. Number one, you and Paul, you and myself, all of us, we're struggling in the Western world. You go back, they say, hey, that man, a different man. Can you imagine? Then the next thing again, nothing wrong with us. The United Party was there for 12 years. You saw the corruption they did. You're crying in their hand. Then time for election in 2017, you say they're not good. So you voted them out and put in George Weah. George Weah came and did the wrong thing. Then right on the heel of George Weah government, not even another government in between, you turn around and bring the same United Party people that you say were not good. And what kind of people can think like that? Paul, I get woman. I say the woman, or I get woman. The woman say the man not good. I'm not good man. She get all my complaint. Then she divorced me. Then I go. Then she marry another man. Then the other man worse than me. Then she come behind me, running behind me again. And she know I change you. In fact, I even become bad. Then she say marry me. So if I treat you bad, I would open. You see? So that somebody wrote down here. I want to highlight this. Anyway, but I can see it good. But the government, they will catch out number one. The government will catch out the trend they're going through. And then the second thing, the Liberian people themselves will catch hard time because the government will set the stage for them to catch hard time. Promise. I mean, we're not wishing that the country will catch hard time. It's not our wish. But the way things are proceeding, because Liberian people will make mistakes over and over and over and over again. They call your other ear, you show your other one, they call it, then you show your nose, they call it, you show your leg, they call it. What kind of people are you? You can't feel? Poor man. Take it over.
Thank you, Leiford. Our people can't feel. They took part of the Bible verse where Jesus Christ said, when something may show your cheek, they slap the one, slap the other one. So maybe that's why it is. We believe in suffering. And what I've seen so far, they say if your Christmas will be good, you start from the eve. The eve of Unity Party-led government is not a good sign that is showing us, because if they came to power to rescue the country, it means from day one, when they pledged allegiance, that they took on oath that they would do this. From that day, they should have the team in place to start the ball running. But in the middle, you play 100 days, that car will not be stuck in mud. We got 50 more days remaining. They still appointing people. The Christmas will be a terrible Christmas to my fellow Liberians, those who made a mistake.
Yeah, Paul, you get reminded me. We've gone 50 days now. 50.
Yes. Yeah. So all that because in the 100 days, remember,
50 days.
They should have 10,000 IT students. I mean, IT trained in the 100 days. They still fighting on 10 new jobs. Everything just going backward. I'm telling you, the Christmas Eve is bad. Liberians, embrace yourself. Those in the country, go down waterside, buy yourself some kind of old Ducaflare bill, tie your waist. You get a long, hard 6 years to go. This is the fact. And for those people, I just sorry for our young.
No, but you don't need that, yeah. Go and look for some rope.
No, the rope people will be at
look for some rope to go
hang themselves. Build, because this is going to be a very long, hard 6 years they're going to face.
Yes.
And remember too, you have professional criminals.
We are resilient people, though.
You have professional criminals in the past, and now you brought inexperienced criminal. The inexperienced criminal left. Professional criminals back. Oh, my brothers and sisters, the young people, I just feel sorry for them. It's going to be a hard, long one. And Liberians need to learn. And after the election, I think God should punish Liberians more. After the election, you don't go vote for Prefect Key. You don't suffer more before they can see logic and bring somebody good. Good people come, they say, "Oh,
no, trust me. After the election, let me tell you, the next election, you see your brothers and sisters in Liberia that we're talking to now, or on behalf now. You see them going to vote for we are in. The people, Liberia making lessons.
This is the fact.
Liberia making lessons, or even if they learn it, they couldn't forget.
And I believe you, because what's going to happen now, we have presidential experience. So he can use it, but our president before I did SYC, I get experience, other people didn't get presidential experience, they will go for. So something just fundamentally wrong with us in Liberia. And you see, look, there was an inconsistency. It's not a good thing. 2017, rose. By the time fast forward, it became arrest. Now it changed to war and economic crime. Now it's changed that we are promised you're going to bring 7,000 Nigerian teachers. It changed, they're going to train 10,000 young people in IT. Now, the 100 days, they appointed people. So, something just not right. We just pray God, maybe they'll do one good thing, but I do not see this, the Christmas Eve. Man, I will not buy my Christmas shoes in Liberia. It's going to be a very tough one. This is how I see it. This government, a lot of my friends in it, but I don't see good Christmas for what is happening. It just showed that they're inconsistent. They didn't do their homework. They came into power just because they wanted to be in power. And this is the fact. So going forward, I think, and what I would say there, I don't know whether you guys will agree with me. I supported Alexander Cummings for 2023. And also reason why, because 2017, he laid out his 5 pillars and he kept on saying the same thing up to 2023. But then there's Kwame Barker, 2017, it was Rose, think Liberia, love Liberia, build Liberia. Then come 2023, now the whole story changed to arrest. Then we finish winning the election now, arrest disappear, it become war crime code. Now they try to somersault on the war crime code. So I don't know. Guys, I just gave up Liberia. Honestly, I just gave up. Our age now, the good Liberia we saw.
Let me tell you,
I don't see
he
it
who
again.
fights, he who fights and runs away and will have the chance to come back again and fight.
Oh, that Bob Marley, right?
So, never give up. And just by way of information, and this information is exclusively from me, it's from my belief. Nobody told me, nobody can tell me, or I don't talk to people about that. But I am convinced from my own mind, from my own little mind, that I know that people keep talking, Cummings got 1%, he will not run Mr. Cummings will run 2029. You're taking from me. That I don't talk to him. I ain't got nothing about Cummings. But I am convinced. If he wrong, then okay, fine. Then my conviction that was your illusion. But I am convinced, or I put myself under the illusion that Mr. Cummings will be on the ballot 2029. And Cummings, the name Cummings, will be the next name that
why
will
are you saying
lead
that?
the political landscape in Liberia. Meaning that he will be.
So why you dream about this? Why you thought on this? Talk to us. We here. We want to know why. Because the people at Christmas Eve started bad, so you thinking that direction. Talk to me.
Look, let me tell you. Everybody in Liberia knew that there were 3 front runners in the election. We are being the incumbent, United Party being former government, and Mr. Cummings, the newcomer who made headways. So there was a gamble that people were playing. And trust me, I know people personally who were supporting WIA and supporting Cummings undercover. Then I know personally people who were supporting Cummings and supporting Unity Party undercover. Among the 3 candidates, people were doing it. Because the doubt there was, WIA was incumbent. He could use his influence and money and then probably rig the election or win the election, honestly. So some people couldn't go directly to Mr. Cummings, so they were in between. Then some people said, well, the way we are also performing this morning like this, maybe Unity Party with JLB and Liberian people were so gullible with it 45 years, 47 years experience and being the most experienced man in the room, the oldest man. They say, well, maybe, and this war is the one that used to hurt me in the election. They said that everybody won. I said to say all the other political candidates, nobody voting for them. They said that TMP, everybody won, all the Liberian people. So if you didn't support TMP at the time, you are not Liberian, and you are not everybody. So people are confused. But I can tell you clearly from my own confession, look, listen, I analyze things. Through all my studies, there is something that I give credit to myself for, analysis and drawing conclusion. Because this comes a long way in my both profession, in the maritime sector and in journalism. Because the thing is, you don't buy one information and you don't look at one information. You got to compare, contrast, see the similarities, and then build your conclusion. What makes them related? What makes them different? And how can they be either related or how could they be totally different? All these things you got to consider it. And that's what I do best. So what I am deducing now from what I'm seeing with the performance of this government is that if Mr. Cummings withdraws and say, I'm not going 2029, you know what will happen? The Liberian people will say, is better than Unity Party. They will vote Unity Party up. But if Mr. Cummings comes back in the race, we say, but we have tested the two people. We tested Unity Party the first time, and now the second time they are messing up. They are making the country terribly bad. I mean terribly in terms of politics. Okay, so why we waste our time then? Then they say, but we are two or there, and we know what he did. So why we waste our time? Let's go for Cummings. That's why I feel that if Cummings comes back, he will be the next man, the next person. All I think Mr. Cummings needs to do is start working early, start punching the bags, don't waste the time, start training, move. Don't say that wait for 2 years to election. The moment they announce the next president, politics can start, campaigning can start. They don't need to declare the campaign open for you to start working. The moment they announce the president, Joseph Boakai that day, campaigning start right away. You don't have to do it publicly. No law in the book that saying when new president there, you can't go out and sell your message. No law. They will not declare campaign at that time to give everybody time. But you can be campaigning at any time. Like, if you know your constituencies. So, but I believe, it's my confession, okay? I support Mr. Cummings, but Mr. Cummings, I had no connection with him. I got no contact with him. But I believe he will be on the ballot. Well, if he's not there, fine. So Paul, that's my conviction.
Thank you for clarifying your conviction, and I hope it happens for the sake of, because I see the way things are going. Our people have a way of selecting or electing bad people, and this is all across the country because they were in the campaign, were all innovative, and we saw people what they did to convince our people. Even on the representative level, they threw a lot of good people all over and brought in bad people. Something about us in Liberia, we attracted to the bad guys. So, for example, if I want to run for senatorial position come 2029, and I tell the people, say, look, y'all vote for me because I'm going to a house that will steal your poor money and bring it to y'all. That's the kind of language people like. But you are going to say, oh, I want to be the cleanest person. They don't like those kind of people in Liberia. So we are people that believe in deception. So lies and things, those are things that Darrell they don't show us how to con the whole nation. And people voted for him. What happened? Today now, Darrell, Yamni Kanga, Bocha, they all somersaulted, like, when the Pekin used to do 30 Pekin on the beach. This is what is going on in Liberia. But I'll say to our people back home, go down Waterside, go to Douala Market, go anywhere, go back to your market where they sell Duka Flare, buy some belt and fasten your belt. You're not going to go anywhere. You're going to beg for money. Some of you will do the worst ever thing for the 6 years, but it is what the people you voted for. I don't see the if it's not looking good, and you embrace yourself for the long haul. So we've been here for a little while now. Let's see if we can call it a day. We're back here. So Linford, anything in store for us?
Well, there's a video here that I want us to look at the incident with the old lady.
Oh, yeah.
That people say was a witch, and this is for human interest, and that's why I want us to look at it. Let me see if I can locate it. And we hope our people, Liberian people, again, it has to do with the mindset of the people. That's why I said, Liberians, we are our own problems. We think, we don't think like normal people. Paul, I want you to go back a little bit while I found this video. I want you to go back and tell me when we were growing up, were we this bad? Did we reach this point where I don't know whether I can find that video still, man, because when I saw that video today, I really got
if you get a picture.
That video picture, you want to see it. I felt so down yesterday. It affected me a lot. I really don't want to see it.
Okay. I don't know.
Just show the picture to get the old lady, man. That is so
it was
sad.
really, really bad, especially for me in that field who safeguard our old people, protect them.
I can't see the picture. So what will you talk about it? Will you talk about it?
That to happen.
Will you talk about it?
Yeah, Liberia took out a long way to go because they nonsense about witchcraft and think this is why I don't even go to African churches, because all they do, they bring problems in family and things. Because you can old lady like that, she's so vulnerable for them to sit to beat that lady, and but now those buckers should be behind bars because they almost killed that old lady. Was just someone, I think. Someone from America, I think, sent their sister to help the old lady. She had to go and seek medical. I think last night they took her, and I'm not sure whether she's still alive or anything happened because I just can't bear to see what that old lady went through. Because when we were growing up, we were afraid to even harm any old person because the minute you raise your hand to an old person in our tradition, it's almost like you have cursed yourself. And for these people to do that, I don't even know whether women was around, parents were around to allow children to harm such an old lady. I'm just praying that they should not happen into our society because our old people, we should be there to protect them, safeguard them, instead of abusing them. What you see her forehead, it's just too disturbing, and that really had me. I feel bad because you cannot do that. It wasn't right, to be honest with you. That's my thought on that. My heart goes up to the old lady. I just hope she's okay.
Okay, Paul, I think I lay here on the video, and I think I lay here on the video, and let me see. Like since Lou said, somebody, do you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's say Lou said there was a guy in the US who sent his sister and family members to go and track the old lady after the humiliation and maltreatment, and they took her to the hospital. She was not, the people who beat her, they thought she was dead. They beat her and left her there to die. So, but the good old Lord was with her, and then this gentleman by the name of Michael Bleedy. Michael Bleedy was the one who sent his sister or some relative to go and find the old lady, and they took her at the hospital. The latest information I have, or we all have, is that the old lady was still alive and she's in the hospital. So let's play the video so that we'll see. It's not the beating, it's the point where she was already in the hospital.
So I'm here with the woman. You're going to pour it. Yeah, the woman is alive. Woman is not dead. Woman is alive. But the children, they really beat the woman today. They really beat her. You don't treat somebody like this. You don't treat people. So I have to come here. My uncle made me to come find her. She in Chocolate City. To come find her. I came to look for her. And I'm here with her brother. This is her brother, Papi. Yeah, I'm here with her. Look at they beat the woman, they hear the woman forehead. People too wicked. People too wicked. Yeah. So we're doing all we can to get out of the hospital tonight.
You know, Linfa and Lou.
Okay. Viewers discretion. And also we we are not responsible for that video. When I mean we are not responsible, it is not us who did that video. It's not a bottom line Liberia. So we just want to give the credit to the people who did it, and we apologize for that gruesome visual, what can I say? Bad picture. So it's not us. And the point I'm trying to make, I did a post today. In Liberia, since I was growing up, I have never seen a rich witch, a rich man or rich woman who is a witch. It's always the poor, vulnerable, sick, neglected, rejected, outcast that we call witch. I know, Paul, maybe you and Sis Lou, maybe you are seeing a rich witch who live in a bungalow. They say, wow, they are rich and rich. No. It's always those people who do not have anybody to care for them. Look at the old lady. The old lady is deformed, and clearly you can tell that this old lady has some mental problem, because when they were talking, she yesterday looking at nose to see the kind of crowd when they grab her first. I saw the other video, and people, people passing judgment that she saw, and women standing there. And this is not the first time that things are happening to a woman. And most of the perpetrators are even women. The other lady who was beating a red light, women were standing there. In fact, the people who provided the pepper to pepper that woman were women. So it makes me to find out, to try to find out what type of people are we. And you got another gentleman called Prophet Key who will cause women, and women collect money and send to him to cause people. So what it says, do they forget that they are women? Do they forget that, the thing what Prophet Key calls is the thing? Anyway, I don't want to go that far. But I regret the incident, and our hearts go out to the woman, and we hope that she'll be okay at the hospital. Paul?
Yeah, Linfa, the thing is saddening to see for all people to be beaten in Liberia. It's never heard of when we were growing up. You remember we used to ride school bus, not school bus, but public transport. It used to call the coastal buses, right? When you sitting on the coastal bus, even 2-year-old girl enter, you have to wake up and give her a seat. That's the respect we have for women. But the other generation in Liberia, they don't have respect for nobody. They war children generation. I don't understand. The fact is, if you're talking to some other person who have respect, when you go out there, one of your uncle or your neighbors see you doing something, they will whip your behind. You go home, your parent will also whip you. They have that discipline in us that when they say something, you're not even utter your word to them. You just say, okay, you go home. But the other generation, this completely different. And just how, I don't know, because of the war of babies, born babies, there's no proper training anymore. It could be the case, but I don't know, man. It's just a sad thing with our country, Liberia. I witnessed something on Kerry Street years back. It was around 2018. 2 young men were fighting over washing somebody's car. And this other guy came and said, look, just stop the thing. And he took Sir with another man to calm down the situation. The other guy got upset. Said, Papa, if I'm not thinking, and the guy used the F word on the Papa. If I'm not thinking, I'll tell you this, but he already abused. This is the Liberia we face with. Lawless country. Where is the police? And this brings me back to the rescue mission. old lady was beaten. They're on video. We see faces. Where is the police? For Christ's sake, I don't know where Liberia is heading to. I mean, the whole thing, we can take, it just make me sick when I see the old lady.
Well, you know, there's another video, but I don't know if I play. I don't know. Probably saw it.
Don't play the video. I saw all the video. It just.
An 18-year-old boy. Yeah, an 18-year-old boy gets in a scuffle with another guy, and he and his 3 other friends, he making a 4. Kireka in Kakata yesterday, last night. Okay, today making it, and they busted in by the party, and they asking him. He said, "The man, he jumped me the first." So, I came on the other side, follow me. Then, Then after we were fighting now, then my friend gave me the juke. They get everybody, all the boys, all the young boys see walking around with bell in the back, with small bell in the back, or in their pocket. They get something a long iron. It's sharpening both sides. Get an arrow. That one they call juke. That one they use to kill people. So he said, "Frank getting the juke get bad arm." But then how you choose somebody and die? Then he said, "No." After I juking with the arm, then my men and jump there. They start. Then didn't want juking and kill him. And the person that by body, not regretting. But when we were kids, I don't know. Probably some of us grew up in Nigeria. That's why when somebody die in my time, those days when somebody die in the other quarter, we can't even find yet there. Until today, you know, and this thing can follow people. Up to today, oh man like me, I scared of grave. I like to play in the graveyard because I still got a phobia that the dead person will wake up or something. You know, but these children, they're not respecting people. And what you say about, you know, we used to rob buses when women come inside. We get up, they sit down. I brought us in attitude to European. I remember I was in Sweden. I was in a bus. This old lady claimed in a bus with micro oven. You know, micro oven is very heavy. Mm-hmm. So she was holding it, and I was sitting there, so I got off for her to sit down. She said no. I said, and I was like looking at stupid people. I mean, stupid person to all the people in the bus, you know, because another assistant, where I would get her and offer my seat to somebody to sit down. So I tried, I said, no, sit down. And she said, no, it's a seat. I said, okay, but then give me the micro oven, let me hold it. Probably a black man, she didn't trust me. So she said no again. I said, okay. And I didn't sit down. I left her seat like that. Then after almost maybe 1 minute, then she said, okay, thank you. Then she sat down because she felt that the bus was rocking and the micro oven was heavy for her. She sat down. You see it? So they kind of think the children are born in this, that I'm 18-year-old boy will kill somebody and they messing up by the body.
Yeah,
I saw Freddie said they made that sitting down here.
I saw the video. The interview. He had no remorse. They asked him, he said, "Oh, I'm drinking juice."
Well. Because at the end of the day, for bad behavior, they reward people in Liberia. You don't get punished, you get reward. So you try to kill your friend, maybe thinking that he's going to get a reward. And it's such a sad thing for the future generations of Liberia. I keep saying it. Because whenever you go to Liberia and you see our young children, you ask yourself, would there be any future leader of this country? Because it's just a very, very serious problem we face as a nation. And until the government can get a grip to start, maybe they need to bring savings into school again. And the laws in the country need to get a bit tougher on what is happening. And we need to learn our old back training we got when we were growing up, to learn to respect our elders. Because right now the children like Liberia look like their parents not even teaching them anything. Don't have any more respect for older person. And young girls, you see some of the words that they're using out there in the streets. You ask yourself, what's going on with our country? And going back to this old lady again, because this is why I'm wondering, where is the gender minister, justice minister, the police director, and things? Because by now, all those that were involved, they should have tried to arrest them. Yeah. Because we need to safeguard, especially our most vulnerable people in the society, we need to protect them. And if I'm not mistaken, I think the old lady took some form of disability, maybe physical or so. And we don't know whether she has any sign of dementia, all these things. But I just think Liberians we need to educate our future generations. The nonsense they call it witchcraft have to stop, because this is why I keep saying to people, it's like the same illnesses that kill people in the West, in the white man country, it's the same they kill our people back home. But when this thing happened, people quick to jump out to say, oh, that witch. There is no such things as witch. Maybe they have it, but I don't know. Only witchcraft know each other. Because, take for example, for that old lady, she's vulnerable. Maybe her mental state, her memory wasn't functioning well. And she couldn't remember where she was, because I've been dealing with clients, some of them in their own home, they didn't even know their husband, or the husband didn't even know their wife, all because of dementia. And the next thing we have to arrange for them to be put into a care home where it will be safe, because some of them can be at serious risks to themselves, lighting the cooker, and they really don't know what they're doing, playing with a hot top, and have no idea of the surrounding, that even knowing their own children when they come to them. So what the government and mother do will try to arrange when they reach that stage, get them up to safeguard and protect them. Children don't go about beating them to death in this place. You don't do that. It's just been so wicked. And because if the government do not take a stand on this, they will do it to another older person again. This needs to stop. There's nothing as witchcraft. They need to stop it. And this is some of the thing happening. Sometimes our people don't go to hospital in time to check to see what's wrong with them. And the symptoms are there, but because they have overlooked it. And when anything happens, the next thing, oh, witchcraft, complete nonsense. Yeah, we got to keep checking ourselves in time and stop making it fake profit and to keep lying on families and to say your mom, your pa. Because if I wanted a kid, I know my children, I got pregnant, I would have terminated the pregnancy. I can't struggle bringing you to the world, make you to be where you are today, then I turn around to what to my own child. So it doesn't make sense. So the government need to take a very serious care. Yeah, so that's the old lady.
Our time is over already, but this thing, I think these are things that we should be, or people in Liberia should be educating other people about. I mean, when they help, I mean, what kind of witchcraft? We can't sit down with you. He can kill you. Yeah, I know witches can kill. So you grab the witch, you holding the witch can kill you. So because you grab it now, so you get a witch again.
Yeah, we can come back on the topic another time.
I don't fire that fire. If you put your hand in the fire. Yeah. Paul, I mean, look at the analogy, right? Fire that fire. So if you put your hand in the fire, you take a fire coal, it burn you, right? So then you know that fire. But you say you grab wish, the wish can't kill you. So because you grab it, so they ain't gonna wish again. I don't understand. Because people not thinking. Look, I always tell this thing, even to my family in Liberia. Anytime I go to Liberia, it takes me the first, because I go with different time interval. In 20 years time, I went there in 2014. Then the next time I went there was 2016. And every time I go, Paul, it takes me the first 2, 3, 4 days to understand how these people think. Because I see some people behaving just like in a movie. I don't understand how to behave. They ask some question that I don't understand. They're stupid. I mean, sorry to say that, but it doesn't make sense to me. What? Somebody will get what to you and say, what did you brought for me? I said to say,
Let's wrap for the team.
Let's wrap up and get out of here.
Well, it was very nice tonight having you guys and being with you guys. And
well, I think there's an interesting statement about this guy. Yeah, thank you, says Lou. And there's I don't want to read it here. Cooper Williams say Liberian problem is the voters. They are not inspired by anything around them, but the same rogues, majority of them do not understand why they are voting. But again, we can't cry more than a bereaved. So we said here we are crying more than a bereaved. I can find food to eat. In any case, I get play to lay my head. In any case, no. Paul, wrap up, man. Let's get out of here.
Yeah.
People, they're not serious.
Look, the thing with Liberia is a fun never dies. We are very unserious people. Yo, we take it all over the world, and I can make this clear. America, Europe, Asia, the same thing. Look at the Somalians in Europe, in America. The Somalians will come together, they will form a community, they will even put together, have stores, have community center. When it comes to Liberia, we are totally opposite of those people. Something just fundamentally wrong with us. That's why I keep saying, are we really normal people? If we normal, why can't we do something normal? We're always doing the thing opposite. We like to argue unnecessary, and we are very know-all people. We went to Africa. I remember during the war, I visited Africa. I met a lot of Liberians. Say the Ivorians were stupid. Why? They can just swap country, give Africans to Liberia, and Ivorians move to Liberia. The people, you go to the poor country, you join running water and all that. You cannot do that in your own country and say the people not good, the people are stupid people, but you able to even do it in your own country. This is how we behave. We Liberians, something just fundamentally wrong with us. And that's how I see it. So with the Liberian thing, we're not going anywhere soon. And the worst thing is we were travel from Liberia. We travel, and I'll make this, especially to our brothers and sisters in America. They leave Liberia, the smaller Liberia, and go to the bigger Liberia. So when they return to the smaller Liberia, there's nothing changed. And then welcome on the side Europe, it's like we just doing the same thing too. So something just wrong with us. And I think I met an Italian guy in Liberia, this going election. He said, I don't understand the people. It's like some kind of mud in our hair. They just drill our hair and put straw there to get that mud up before people can see Riesling. Something just not real with us, man. On this note, I think we had a great show. And for Kuda Fofana, let me just summarize. I'm sorry for her. Because the president, I see, he will be more bobo than George Weah. Everything will go through her. And she will be the one that will take the heat from a lot of Liberians. The man have to declare his assets. He came on transparency, accountability, and he's the best person that never stole from any government ministry. He's been working with government since 1973 when he had his first governmental job. I take it back. And he's one of the cleanest person. Based on that, he must show the way that what Musa Bedete did, like Tricker, like Darrell Dillon and Bolcha declared that I said whatever they put in there, we saw something. But he's not a leader. They say lead by example. You cannot declare your asset and then we don't know what's there. Tomorrow, when Joe start bidding for 49 condominium, we know where the money coming from. Let the old man declare his assets. Let's see what's there. You can put it in a vault and lock it or one no. When he said on Team Madrate show, he told Henry Costa that he was living on loan. The video is out there. So you cannot be living on loan. We know you're a broke person. You come to power now. Let's see how much you owe the bank. Your salary that you entitled to, how much they'll be deducting every month. So when you leave in office, then we know that you came and this is what you did. And to the video we play for those guys in Benin. The president of Benin is a visionary. From day one when he took over, he's on the field. He's not sitting home. He like Gerald Roden back in the 80s when he overthrew. You could see Gerald Roden on the field, taking shovel, doing things. He led by example. But we have an older man who cannot move about, who's serving all day, and we expect any kind of change in Liberia. To my fellow Liberians, your bill. We do for another 6 years, and that's how I see it. The Christians are not looking good, and Liberia will not move. And so, guys, that's my thought on today's show. I think it was great, and the conversation was good.
Okay. So just want to say thanks to Jala TV for offering us the opportunity to allow people in Liberia and around the world to join this program via Jala TV. And Jala, we appreciate you. And for those of you who join us for the first time, sorry for that of echo. For those of you joining us for the first time, this is where we discuss the issues. We give our opinions. So this is the bottom line Liberia. My name is Linford Gueport, the Lord Chiriple, and our sister Richard Nelson. We want to say thank you very much, and we'll be here on Tuesday, or maybe hopefully tomorrow. No, who knows?
On Friday.
But no, today is what?
Today is
Tuesday. We'll be here on Friday officially, but hopefully, yeah, we'll come on tomorrow, Wednesday or Thursday. But if not, you can join us on Friday. Thanks for watching, and this is how.
Thank you, and good night to everyone.